The snow fell in silent sheets across the pines, turning the forest into a pale, breathing world of white, where the wind whispered against the branches like ghostly warnings, but she had no strength left to hear them anymore. Her arms wrapped protectively around the tiny bundle pressed to her chest, her breath shallow and burning from the cold, her vision flickering as she stumbled between the trees, driven only by the dim instinct to survive and to keep the child alive, even if she herself would never see another sunrise. The gunshots had stopped 10 minutes ago, or maybe 20. She couldn't tell because time had folded into one trembling blur ever since she'd thrown herself over the baby when the ambushers opened fire on the wagon. She remembered the horses screaming, the wheels cracking, the world flipping, and then the sharp agony of the bullet grazing her shoulder, slicing through her dress as she rolled in the snow with the child clutched tight beneath her. She hadn't cried out. She hadn't dared. She had only whispered to the newborn, "Stay quiet, stay warm, stay with me," repeating it like a prayer as the forest swallowed her in freezing silence. Her legs trembled as she leaned against a pine trunk, the bark biting through the shredded cloth of her nurse's uniform, once clean and dignified and now torn, soaked and stiffening with blood. She had been traveling west to help at a frontier clinic, never expecting her wagon to be attacked, never expecting to find herself running through woods with a stranger's infant in her arms. But when the mother cried out for her to save the baby before the bandits reached the wagon, she hadn't hesitated. She'd grabbed the child and fled into the storm without looking back. The cold gnawed at her bones now, sinking deep, deep, deeper, until she could barely feel her fingers gripping the blanket. Each exhaled breath left her lips in a thin cloud, but even that was fading as numbness spread through her chest. She knelt slowly, her knees sinking into the snow, the world tilting sideways as the baby whimpered, a tiny, desperate sound that pulled her back from the edge of unconsciousness.
"Shh, sweetheart.
"I've got you," she whispered, even though her lips hardly formed the words. She pulled the blanket tighter around the child, shielding the tiny face from the wind with her entire body, ignoring the sting of the icy flakes clinging to her hair, eyelashes, and the open wound on her shoulder. Her heartbeat slowed, her vision dimmed blue at the edges. Somewhere far behind her, faint but real, horses thundered through the trees. Torches flared. Voices shouted. She knew they were coming. She didn't know if they were the bandits or someone else, but she had no strength left to run again. So she curled her body smaller, leaning into the trunk, hiding the baby beneath her torn coat, bracing for death in whatever form it arrived. But she didn't know that another rider, one who had nothing to do with the ambush, one